And we are live,
We're live.
and we're super fancy tonight. This is Todd Sullivan, and he didn't rent, he bought a velvet suit just for tonight, because tonight is
the opening night of the Kamloops Film Festival in Kamloops, BC. We are on the red carpet. You cannot see it, but it's really here. It's really red. This is Kelsey Bell, my lovely and talented co-host for tonight. The Kamloops Film Festival runs from March 6th to 15th here at the Paramount Theatre. This is the opening night. The opening night film is called Drive Back Home.
Yes.
We are a little bit later going to be chatting with one of the producers of the film here on the red carpet.
You might recognize... Sorry, I was going to say you might recognize Colette from our previous streams.
You might.
But I cut you off before
That's okay.
You finished your thought.
I wasn't really thinking anything anyway.
Okay.
And let's open things up with Colette Abbott, the executive director for the Kamloops Film Society. Hello, Colette.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us, for helping us get this live stream set up. This is the first time that we've done something kind of this ambitious. We're super stoked to be here.
Well, I'm very excited that you came out and very excited to have a live stream on our red carpet this year.
Fantastic. And how are you feeling right now? How stressed out are you right now?
Well, I'd say it's definitely tense getting ready for a 10-day festival, but now that, I'm on the carpet, the doors are open, I can kind of enjoy the energy of the night.
So most of the work at this point is done, and it's just kind of
it's
hopefully
like
mostly
putting
relaxed?
out fires, making sure everyone has a good time, making sure everyone feels welcome.
I don't think she looks stressed. I feel like she's in her natural habitat.
I mean, I'm one of those people who... no matter how stressed it is on the inside, I can keep
cool.
a calm composure, I guess.
You rise to the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I did prep. I wrote questions.
Excellent.
Cue cards. That's
Cue
pretty
cards,
cool.
Exactly. Have you produced anything like this before? Is this the first time you've sort of tackled a multi-day, 10-day even event?
Yeah.
So never a 10-day festival. I've worked on many film festivals in the past. I organized I guess it was a 4-day film festival, documentary film festival in Vancouver back in the day. This was like 15 years ago. But I've worked big festivals. Like I've worked the Toronto Film Festival.
Oh, wow.
So, I was a publicist for that. So I'm used to the red carpets where you kind of have you bring your celebrities and you walk down the carpet. And that's why I'm so excited about having an actual live stream because, those kind of big festivals definitely have a lot of, cameras and media and stuff. Yeah.
Did your gig as a publicist at the Toronto Film Festival, did any of those skills transfer to tonight?
I think so. I mean, just in terms of where we could grow to, all those festivals are such well-oiled machines, so it definitely helps with the project management, just publicity background, how to talk to filmmakers and, encourage them to come make the trip to your festival, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Totally.
It's great that you've done such big gigs, and we're such a little town, and I'm just, we're smaller than Toronto, that's for sure.
Yeah,
And,
but it's a pretty big
Kamloops is
festival.
amazing,
and
yes.
I think we're pretty fortunate to have someone like yourself in our town, because I think you're going to bring some magic, and we need it. We have some already, but I think you're going to make it just a little more elevated, I believe.
Well, I feel what I love about Kamloops, and there's so much, this festival has been around for 29 years. People have been coming for more than a decade, 20 years. People are so excited about the film festival, and I love it. And the
famous Chris Rebel is going to have his picture.
Okay.
and the nice thing is everybody can walk the red carpet. It's not this, it's not like this elite thing.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gotta,
yeah.
be on a special list or anything.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I came and walked the red carpet last year, and it was just neat to be able to sort of take a moment and stand and pose and
It's really
everything
just
else.
a
Those are my
celebration.
poses. That's all I have.
What's your pose?
This one.
I do the mountain. This is after I go hiking, I just do this pose. But I don't know. Do you have a red carpet
Red carpet
pose?
pose.
Yeah, a favorite.
I don't know, like just try not to fall over.
Yeah, I already did, and the lovely people at the Film Society taped the carpet.
Yes,
for-
Kelsey was the
for me.
safety tester for the red carpet. She found all of the areas that needed to be taped down, so that was convenient.
Safety first.
Yeah, we
Is
have a big night ahead of us.
We do, yeah. Is there anything that you're super excited to be, able to feature at this year's festival, like a film or an event or anything like that?
I mean, we have so many great films, so many great events. I'm really excited about the films that we have, like guests, because it's so amazing when you can watch a film and then ask those questions that you can't ask when you're like
Yes.
sitting at home watching a movie by yourself. So tonight we have the producer of Drive Back Home, Brian Mason. So I know you're talking to him in a little bit.
We are, yep.
Tomorrow night we're showing the documentary. He was also the writer and one of the lead actors in that
wow.
film. And this is a film that everyone will want to talk about after because it
Okay.
is like abstract art.
Okay.
Leaves you with more questions than answers, and there's
Sounds like
just
my kind
so
of
many
movie.
beautiful. It's just visually stunning. I'm just. It's one of those. It's definitely a festival film. Like
Yeah.
it's one that was like. There's so much creativity and nuances. It's sort of set in this abstract world somewhere between Tehran and Winnipeg.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, I'm excited.
Right?
And then, of course, there's a closing night party as well.
Yes.
Let's tell everybody about that.
Okay, so the closing night party this year, it has a theme, which
Okay.
is the silent era, and we would love everyone to dress up.
But don't talk.
Well, no,
Or
you
we
can
can talk?
You can talk.
Okay.
You can talk.
You have to bring your own little title cards
That would
with
be
you.
hilarious. Oh, maybe for the photo booth if I can wing that fast enough. So I mean, again, you don't you could wear that and then a hat or whatever.
Right.
We'll have some props too. So I would just love people to come. We're gonna have like an oracle reader, which is kind of like a tarot card reader.
Oh, fun.
Great food from the Delta Hotel. We'll have a DJ. Will be some door prizes, and it'll just be like a great way to like celebrate the whole 10 days. Everyone
course.
will have seen films. They'll be excited to talk about them, and I will be celebrating that I'm still standing at the end of 10 days.
Something worth celebrating, I'm sure.
Totally, yes.
Yeah. Are there tickets needed for that, or?
Yes.
Okay.
So those tickets you can buy in advance or at the door, and those are $35. They include a drink and refreshments and amazing food.
Amazing.
Like
Looking forward
popcorn.
to it.
Or better than
Any food?
popcorn.
No, we're doing
Popcorn is
like fancy
pretty good.
food. I feel like after 10 days we'll be
People
ready
have
for
had
like
enough of popcorn.
some. I mean, it's the Delta Hotel and Cordo restaurant, so
Right.
the food will be very delicious. Yes, come hungry.
Yeah, all right. Thank you so much for chatting with us. I think we should probably let you
Yes.
get
Yeah,
back
you're
to your
busy.
responsibilities.
You have a lot to do tonight.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
and,
Thank you so
yeah,
much
thanks.
for having
Yeah,
us.
best of luck with the rest of the festival.
Okay, thanks. See you later.
Oh, our friend Tracy.
Oh, yeah.
Tracy's behind the scenes, but Tracy Mounsey is a photographer in Kamloops, BC, and she is worth checking out.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. All right.
Let's see who we have. Our talent wrangler is
Vesta.
maybe grabbing a fella for us.
Oh, hello.
Matthew Perry
Matthew
is from
Perry.
Creative BC. He is like the god of funding in British Columbia.
Fund of, sorry, God of funding.
God of funding,
I almost
yeah.
said fund of gaudy.
Yeah, well, that too.
Do you want us to?
God of funding. Matthew Perry.
I think we're
We believe it's his first time here.
okay.
No, I've been here lots of times. But I must say, I don't hear very well on my left-hand side. If
Okay.
you guys are talking to me, are you
Sure.
able to come on my right?
Okay, but I
I'm
believe
so
Tracy was
sorry.
trying to get a picture. of
No,
you
it's okay.
first.
sorry.
No, don't
That's
be
fine.
sorry for your
That's fine.
your ear. I'm glad that you told me that.
No, it's just... There we go.
All right, and that's
This is the most chaotic stream
nudge
we've
you
ever done.
Over a little. Can we just nudge? There we go.
It is all going
Okay.
on.
I think. Yeah.
Now the police and fire are arriving.
Yeah. Did you do something to cause all this?
No,
Okay.
I promise.
I did hurt myself tripping on the carpet, but I didn't think it was that bad. But
I'm good.
Sorry, you're turning them on. Okay, cool.
oh, we're gonna turn the lights on.
Let that go by. So you're the king of funding.
No, I'm not the king of funding. I'm
Okay.
the manager of
The
funding.
manager of funding.
I
What's-
created
You manage the king of funding.
No, I wish. No.
Oh.
No, I look after funding different funding programs for lots of different sectors that Creative BC supports, for film and TV, obviously, but also lots of events funding as well, and things like this, like festivals, but also books and magazines and
Really?
interactive and digital media. So we support, Creative BC does lots of different things, But one of the important parts of it is the funding, and that's
Right.
what I am responsible for, and I lead a small team that looks after all the different funding programs.
How did you get involved with this?
Well,
Did you just fall into it, or what did you?
No, I've kind of always worked in sort of organizations that are film and TV adjacent.
Yes.
I'm not somebody who has a great background in production per se. I've done some things in production, but I've also usually worked for organizations like film commissions and things like that support the community, that support the region in terms of filmmaking activity.
Yes.
And then I moved to Canada 15 years ago.
Yeah.
After working, I used to work in the Los Angeles for the British Film Commission.
Oh, wow.
And then I moved up to Canada and ultimately started working at Creative BC.
How do you like it here?
I love it. I
Yeah?
love it. And I love coming. I love any excuse to come to Kamloops.
Really?
Before my role as manager of funding programs at
Yeah,
Creative BC, I used to work as a location consultant for the province, again for Creative BC. So I used to come up here and I would get taken around by the former film commissioner,
Yeah.
Vicky Weller.
Yeah, yeah.
She would take me around and my colleagues around, and we would look at all the different potential locations.
Right.
And then when we would go back to our office in Vancouver and we'd meet with producers and we'd read scripts, we'd be able to suggest places that we'd seen or that would fit whatever was needed for that particular production.
What kind of themes do you see Kamloops like being good for? Like westerns or?
Well, I think it's really versatile. It's got a
Yeah.
lovely sort of town feel. You've got the lovely sort of desertiness and the hoodoos. You've got like really beautiful green stretches as well. I remember seeing before.
Yes.
You've got lots of historic buildings. You've got things like the Tranquil, is it? Just
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
Vancouver, I remember, and that's had lots of filming activity over the years. So I think there's so much potential here, and not just potential.
I
we actually
agree.
have a lot going on, which is great.
Yeah, so I'll just tell you this.
Right.
Last year, or maybe a little longer than that, we had a lot of Hallmark type films being shot here every month or so, and then all of a sudden it stopped, and I'm pretty sad about that, and I'm hoping like people like you can kind of like reel it back in, and we can.
We love those Hallmark movies. I think they do tend to move around the province a fair
Yeah.
bit. They sort of concentrate in one area for a while, and then they kind of up sticks and they focus on a different area. But maybe they'll come back, and if they don't
I
come
hope
back,
so.
there will be other things that will hopefully come
I
back.
hope so. Yeah,
would-
there's
would-
lots of potential.
Would smaller sort of independent filmmakers be able to turn to you guys for funding, or is it?
Absolutely. We like to support everybody, from those filmmakers who are new and emerging or just getting started, through to people who have been around for a few years, through to production companies as well that have been quite established
Right.
and have been going for a number of years. We support all sorts of different projects, from very low budget to quite high budget things as well. So I think we try to offer as much as we possibly can.
Sure.
Yeah.
What would be sort of, is there a website or something that people could turn to for more information?
CreativeBC.com is where everything is. Yep,
Yeah.
You'll find it all there, and just click on funding programs if it's funding programs that you're interested in.
Fantastic.
So this is for filmmaking magazine work too, you mentioned?
We also support the magazine publishing sector and the book publishing sector, as well as interactive and digital media. So we support lots of different kind of
Sure,
sectors. But
sure.
obviously the focus here today is filmmaking.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm looking forward to the industry weekend, where we'll be able to meet lots of filmmakers tomorrow and talk to them about Creative BC and our different funding programs.
Yes.
And what it is that we have available.
Yes, well, I'll see you on the weekend then.
Okay, great. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
We like making films too.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Well, you must get in touch with Creative BC.
Absolutely,
will.
we
See what we
will.
can do.
Yeah. All right, thank you for your time.
Thank
We'll
you so
let
much, Matthew.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, my hands are cold.
Take care.
Bye.
Take care.
All right.
Okay, I'll go retrieve Vesta.
Okay.
Oh,
Just-
Vesta's here.
Just a reminder, we should try to stay so that people want behind us.
Yeah.
This is
But-
Brian.
I'm
Brian.
gonna just double check, see where we are.
Yeah, okay. I'm getting This is Brian. He's the producer.
Yes. Hang on. My cards are vaguely out of order here. I'm trying to correct them. There we go. Brian, Drive Back Home producer. Let's get you into our shot here.
He'll go in the middle,
We're
and then
trying
I'll
to
go on the other
do our
side.
best here. This is our first
Okay.
time doing a live stream on a red carpet, so Thank you for joining us.
For sure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's great to be here.
So Drive Back Home,
Yes.
Opening night film. How did you get involved with this project?
Yeah, so I got involved a long time ago. I had a producer who's one of the co-producers in the film, Will Woods, had got the script from one of the agents he was friends with. It was by the director, Michael Klowater, who also wrote it. And we read it, and I was just really excited to be a part of it. And Will and I kind of got together, and we're like, let's work with Michael on this film and like get some funding. And it was really exciting for me because I'm actually originally from Prince Edward Island, and this is like a New Brunswick movie that's kind of between Toronto and New Brunswick, and I live in Toronto, so there was just like a maritime Toronto connection for me, which was just really exciting to be a part of, for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
In grade 3, I studied PEI.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just want to say that.
Do you remember any fun details?
I remember coloring the flag and drawing it, and
That's
I really
flag.
yeah. But it's the smallest province.
For sure.
Have you been involved in film production before, or is this sort of one of the first films that you've produced?
This is the first feature where I was the lead producer on it, but I have been on 2 other features before. So I was on Who's Your Father, which opened the Kamloops Film Festival last year, so I was the line producer on that one. And then before that I was on a film called North of Normal, I was the associate producer on that. So this is my first one where I'm the lead producer. And then before that I was in television. My background is actually in finance and accounting. I'm a chartered accountant, which is not the most exciting to talk about.
No.
But I will say that I used to work on Degrassi for a long time, and then I worked in reality lifestyle TV as well. So I've been through all different parts of the industry at this point.
Wow, good for you.
Thank you.
Did you ever get into acting?
No, I did not get in. When I was at a film program at TMU, there was like a directing course, and you had to act in a part of that course, but I'm not an actor.
That was the day you learned that you don't want to do
No,
that.
for sure.
How old were you when you realized that you want to be a filmmaker?
Yeah, so I think I've always been interested in film. Even growing up, I was like looking at the box office on Monday mornings. It was just one of those things that I like to do. But I always like to remember in grade 9, I was in French immersion, and in our science class at the end of every chapter, there was like an option to do like 2 different science experiments, and then there was like a video presentation you could do. And for some reason, my friends and I just loved doing the video presentations, so we always took our camera, ran around downtown Charlottetown, and did a bunch of videos that way. And then we would stay up until like 3 a.m. the night before it was due, editing it all together. So that's what I really remember.
And with those friends, do they dabble into film?
Most of them don't, but one of them is still one of my close friends, and we talk about film all the time. We go to movies together. He's coming to Toronto in a few weeks, and we're going to go to a movie together, and that's just what we do. Yeah.
Very nice.
What is your favorite part about the producer's role when it comes to filmmaking?
I think there's a lot of things that are my favorite parts, so that's a hard answer, a hard question. But I think for me, like, there's 2 parts. There's the business part of me that likes that every single film production is like a separate business. Like, you're starting it from the bottom, you're financing it, you're finding the people to work with, and that's just like, and you're seeing it to completion. So from beginning to end, that whole part of being a producer is so fun. And then the other part is really just telling the story and seeing someone else be able to tell something that's really important to them. Like our director, Michael Klowater, like, this is a very intimate story to him, and it's about his it's inspired by his family. So I think it's just really exciting to see that come to fruition for everyone.
Sure.
Yeah.
And what would you say is maybe the biggest lesson that you learned on this film as the lead producer compared to the other films you've worked on?
Todd always brings the hard questions.
I should have this answer like locked and loaded by now, but I feel like every time I think about it, it's like a different thing.
Yeah.
I think for this, it's always important to like really kind of get a good sense of like, man, I don't even know. Let me think about that some more.
You want to tee up a different question, Kelsey?
No, I'm sorry. I
What's your favorite color?
It's okay, no problem.
I think for me, at the end of the day, it's like making sure you just find some really awesome people to work with. And I think each person that you work with, like, you're really in like a big struggle to get this movie made. Like, Canadian independent movies, not even just Canada, but anywhere independent movies, like, fairly difficult. And you just want to like be able to have people that you can count on and work with them and make sure that your project can succeed.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
The thing I've been, how do I say my sins? Sorry. Blah, blah, blah. I've worked on many volunteer projects in film. And I think there's something to be said when people show up every day for 15 plus hours for free. Mm-hmm. Those are the people that are passionate about film. Those are the people that you should hire. Yeah. I think, if they're just for the passion and not for the money, I think those are the ones to really, keep contact with.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think for like feature film, it's such a long project. Like in TV, there's kind of like more set definitive ends. Like they have to show it on TV, so you have to deliver it by a certain point and everything. But feature films can kind of take a long time. Like obviously the distributor would like the feature as soon as they can, and you would probably like to deliver it as soon as you can, but it can really take a long time to get the project done and completed. So you really got to be with people that are really excited to make the project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your film. Congratulations on having it open the Kamloops Film Festival. I'm hoping to watch it tonight. So thanks for your time and best of luck.
For sure. Thank you so much. And
Yeah.
I'd really like to thank the Kamloops Film Festival for letting us open this film festival. It's such an honor to be here and to be opening. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks. All right.
You're welcome. Not that it was up to us, but
Nice to meet both of you. For sure.
Nice to meet you as well. Take care.
Have a good night.
have a good night.
I'm gonna get a picture of you. And actually shuffle that way a little bit.
We're just
Did
gonna
I do okay?
You did great.
I'm doing okay?
You're doing okay.
All right.
We just gotta.
I know, I feel like we're not in the middle.
Yep.
Well, Vesta,
All right. Perfect. All right.
come on down. You're the next contestant on Location with
On
Todd and
location
Kelsey.
with Todd and Kelsey on location on the red carpet. Checking our. Okay, are we in it out? Let's get it.
Let's do one with and without.
Okay, then with. Hi.
Thanks for coming down to my level. That's very
And
nice.
without.
I'm used to it.
Get out of there,
I don't like
Kelsey.
being so tall. Oh,
Brilliant.
Okay.
you guys can walk by, make us look more
Yep.
important than we are.
Exactly.
Come on down.
Come on by.
Walk on by.
We are now with Terry Hadwin, the TNRD Film Commissioner. Welcome. How you doing?
Amazing. How are you?
We're doing pretty well, I think.
I think we're okay.
We're
Well,
winging it. This is the most complex live stream we have yet to do. Getting people in, getting people out, everything else, but so far so good.
You're doing amazing. I've been watching from the sidelines.
Oh, thank
Oh,
you.
good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I'm nervous. I can tell when people are watching. Ah.
So, I guess just to start with, for people who may not know, what does the Film Commission and, by extension, the Film Commissioner do?
So, in a quick summary, what we try to do is try to bring in film productions into the area to stimulate economic development. So, a lot of the work that I do is reading scripts and then presenting locations that I think will fit those scripts. And then I show people around. I introduce them to the locals, so I'm a bit of a local liaison. I assist them with getting to know the people that they need to know for, hey! We're having a good time.
Did he say scream help?
Yes, he did.
Should we call 911?
Probably not.
I
Okay.
don't think so. His windows were down. If he was really in trouble, that we would know.
He would be able to get out of his car, in other words, yeah.
What else do I do? I also try to support film industry from within, so providing training opportunities. So, for example, we've partnered with the Film Society this year to host our Learn About Film Laugh for Short event, where we're bringing in very, very professional and educated and experienced individuals to come and present to the people within the interior everything that they could possibly want to know about filmmaking. So that's one of the examples of how we try to facilitate growth from within, providing training opportunities, providing networking opportunities once a month.
Totally.
And just bridging the gap with just providing resources and information.
Have you always sort of worked in the vicinity of film, or is this a relatively new kind of gig for you?
Film is relatively new to me, so I've been the film commissioner for a little over 2 years now. But before that, I was with the TNRD working with the funding development aspect of things, so a lot of grant applications, which is still very much a part of what I need to do in order to build my program.
Similar to what Matthew does?
Well, he gets to give the money away, so yes.
And you're the one who asks for the money.
Correct. That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
So, but great question. Yeah. So we do apply for funding to Creative BC, and we also get provincial funding from Creative BC to help us operate throughout the year. So yeah.
How do you like it?
I love my job. So I forgot what the tangent we were asked before. Before being with the TNRD, I was the executive director of the Kamloops Arts Council. Loved that job as well. Working in nonprofit is incredibly exhausting for the amount of time that I did it for. I was in nonprofit for 20 years, so was happy to move into a government role. And when the Film Commission position came up, Vicki Weller, said that I should put my hat in the ring, and I did, and here we are. So,
very nice.
Yeah.
What's next for you? Are you comfortable where you are at, or do you have like a 5-year plan, or?
I can't see myself liking anything better than this job. I love my job. Yeah, every day is completely different than how I think it's going to go, because a lot of it is dependent on film projects coming into my desk, coming into my inbox, people just showing up. So my day is completely unpredictable, and that can be a little bit challenging, but it's also rewarding. Like, it goes by really fast, and yeah, I can't believe what time it is already.
Yeah. Do you ever get an opportunity to see, especially at the film festival, projects that you've had a hand in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's pretty excellent when you get to watch the landscape unfold in front of your eyes, something that you worked on. So, for example, we had a world premiere. Of the production called Get Fast, where we invited the producers and the actors and all those types of wonderful people to come and enjoy their world premiere, and then we had to do a Q&A after the fact, so we got to engage with the audience and have them ask questions about what had happened during the filming process, and that was really exciting. I think my favorite part of the job is when I'm touring the location scouts around, or the directors, and they see what they want to use. They've actually seen their vision be presented in front of their eyes.
Are you from here?
I am, yeah. Well, I went to
all the corners.
Yes. I went to high school, Brocklehurst.
NorCam.
Yeah, there you go. And then I worked for an organization called Gold Country Community Society, which promoted tourism to pretty much an entire half of the TNRD. So I know those locations like the back of my hand, and then I've gotten to know the other side of the TNRD since taking on this job.
I've always thought being a locations scout,
is
that what it's called?
Yeah.
I've always thought that would be such a fun job, and that's how I think. Like, I just walk downtown and I see an old decrepit building, and I'm like, ooh, that's a horror film.
Absolutely.
Or
You're always just looking for a horror film, though.
I am.
It's one of my favorite genres.
But I understand the excitement when you come across. What's a really great area of town that you're like, that could be a movie?
Oh, well, I mean, my absolute favorite location is there's on to Kamloops Indian Band land. They have this ranch. It's called Spuyuluk Ranch. And there's been a few film productions that have been done there, like Flicka 2 and stuff like that. And that is my favorite location. It's got a few older farmhouses and just this open landscape that you have no idea. You're just 10 minutes outside of the hustle and bustle of this community. But it's completely quiet, and you're so far removed.
And it could be any time period.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any sort of words of advice or inspiration for Kamloops local independent filmmakers?
Todd's looking for advice.
I'm looking for advice. Help me out.
Well, I mean, I don't think you need as much advice because you've been doing it for a while, but I say just get started. Just get started. Find a tribe of people that want to do this with you. A great place to start with that would be the Film Industry Networking events. We host them every third Sunday, so you can meet with people that are interested in working on projects. I've seen a lot of synchronicity of, hey, will you work on this project with me while I have funding for this one? I'll work on the next project with you for your next funded project. So there's a lot of quid pro quo happening and people really working together. I think that's amazing.
Is there some place that people can sort of stay on top of when those things are happening?
Yeah, so we have our website, which is filmthompsonnicola.com. We also have an e-newsletter that people can subscribe to, which you would find on our Film Thompson Nicola page. We're on every social media channel that you can think of. And we also recommend people check out the Film Kamloops Facebook page. It's very community-oriented, and I think that a lot of people work together on that one.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and enjoy the film, enjoy the rest of the festival, and yeah, amazing.
Same to you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Okay.
We'll
Take care.
Bye.
All right, next up we have...
Belka Ripper and Nova Amy.
Nova Amy and Velcro Ripper.
Nova Ami.
Nova Amy, I'm sorry.
Okay. Sorry. I'm going to put my bag here.
Absolutely.
You could put your bag
Absolutely.
right here.
Oh, yeah.
if
You
you'd
can
like.
put your bag anywhere you like.
I didn't know where to put it.
You could put it on your head like a hat. That's just.
And you are the directors of Incandescent.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Yeah, sorry, I
Just
fumbled
gonna see if we're in the
Incandescent.
shot here.
Congratulations, you guys.
Thank you.
We're maybe losing Kelsey here. Let's just start by getting you guys to tell us a little bit about your film.
Our film is a feature documentary that explores fire, our relationship to fire, in the context of increasing mega fires due to climate change.
Wow, that sounds intense.
It is very intense. It's an immersive film, very cinematic, and we use a very multi-layered soundscape as opposed to having a composed musical score as our sound. And actually, Velcro was the sound designer on this film as well.
Oh, well, tell us a little bit about the sound and how you sort of approached it for the film.
Sure. Well, it was kind of a bold choice to decide not to have a score. I mean, oftentimes, documentaries are propelled by the score to tell you how to feel, but we really wanted to try something different. So it was, as a sound designer, which is my other hat, it was a real joy to just not be fighting with music and just to have all this space to. I use pulses and rhythms and tones to create a driving sound design, but it really captured the feeling of fire as a character, the voice of the fire.
Sounds fascinating. What is it that sort of initially compelled you guys to want to tell this sort of story?
Well, a few years back, we live on the Sunshine Coast, and we were socked in by wildfire smoke that was coming from very far away. It was the first time that we had personally felt the impacts of wildfire, and so it propelled us to explore it more deeply in a film. And so we took the idea to the National Film Board of Canada, and we developed the idea with them and went into production.
One of the things that I found, because I've done a little bit of documentary work, is that sometimes the story evolves as you're pursuing it, and it doesn't always end up in the same place that you thought it would at the start. Did you guys find that on this film? That it went in any interesting directions that you weren't anticipating?
Sure, yeah. Well, one of the interesting things that happened was one of our subjects, whose house burnt down, in the course of us spending years following the trajectory of her family and her, she actually became a wildland firefighter.
Oh, really?
So we follow her going into the field and trying to help protect other people's homes when hers was not able to be saved. So
That could almost be like a sequel to what you created. Yeah?
Well, it's actually a big part of the film.
Wow.
And not only that, we were spending time with a firefighting organization called Rider Ventures that operates out of Vernon.
Yeah.
And over time, the firefighting group that she joined was Rider Ventures. So it was like these two story threads that we were following joined. Yeah.
For years.
That's meant to
We could
be.
never have predicted that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it was a multi-year project, the film.
It was a multi-year project. We filmed over 2 fire seasons, and we went to the areas that we filmed over the course of 2 years throughout the seasons to follow the impact of the wildfires to the communities, the land, and the wildlife.
Wow. Are you guys jumping onto a next project yet, or are you just kind of content to let this one sit for a bit? What's the future plans look like?
Well, as it turns out, we actually kind of had twins because we had another feature documentary that was greenlit almost at the same time, and
wow, congratulations.
and we're just locking picture on it right now and doing the sound design and finalizing it as we're releasing Incandescent. So it's a lot to have 2 feature docs at the same time. It's called,
I bet.
Yeah, it's called Emergence.
It sounds like you guys are particularly drawn to documentaries. Is there, what is it that you like about that format?
Well, real life is so rich, and you can't really make these things up, these stories. And it's really, I guess for me, it's the truth of the human experience, and really the layers are so complex, and it's really an interesting way to understand ourselves.
Sure. Would either of you say that there was a particularly surprising or particularly interesting thing that you stumbled upon while working on Incandescence?
Sure. Well, I would say what we always think about fire as kind of the villain and then like bad fire, but we discovered there's another kind of fire, good fire, and we learned about the indigenous practice of cultural burning and how they have this ancient relationship to fire in which they actually help to manage the landscape with these low intensity burns that help to stop fires from coming through and destroying their settlements. And now there's a return to that. It's now called prescribed burns. And actually BC Wildfire is now starting to collaborate with for example, the Benticton Indian Band.
Oh really? I didn't know
which
that.
is featured in the film. And so we're seeing that was a real awakening to us. That fire is a shapeshifter, has many sides.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people would look at that as being very kind of counterintuitive. That they think fire bad, when in fact it has that, there is a way to utilize it well.
Yeah, and that's one of the messages that comes across in our film is that, we have to really respect fire and work with fire, and it's really an important part of our lives. So how do we do that, especially in the context that we live in today?
What is, just because, you guys are going to have it here, I think tomorrow night it's playing? Yep. What is your favorite part about finally, when you have that opportunity, the film is done, you get to see it on a big screen with an audience. What do you really like best about that?
I love hearing the feedback. I love hearing people's experience and their takeaways from the film. We love to sit in the audience and hear people respond or react or anything, their breath. That's really, and the Q&As are always so interesting. We were just in Santa Barbara showing the film, and in light of the recent fires in Los Angeles, it was a really, unfortunately, timely time to be showing the film, and so the discussions around that were really deep, and that's one of the most rewarding parts of making documentaries, is to really have that dialogue with people.
For sure. Yeah, and we're kicking off an Okanagan film tour, an interior film tour, starting here at Kamloops, and then we're going to Falkland, and then Vernon and Kelowna all this week, beginning our theatrical release in the communities that were impacted by the fires featured in the film, which is the White Rock Lake Fire and the McDougall Creek Fire, which burnt West Kelowna. So it's going to be really moving and poignant, I think, to be sharing the film with those communities. All the subjects who are in the film are going to be coming to the screenings and seeing it on the big screen.
We're going to have people from the film join us for the Q&A, as well as our screening in Vernon and in Kelowna.
Amazing.
Congratulations. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
And it's going to bring a lot of people together, and people that we all know someone that has been through some
affected
sort of,
to some degree,
fire evacuation.
And, when we hear about these wildfires in the news, we don't hear about what happens after. And
no, exactly.
The thing is that these stories continue for people who've been impacted, and so it's really important that these stories come out and we understand the impacts of these wildfires on the communities.
Sounds fascinating. Thank you for, unless you have any...
You did it all.
Okay. Well, thank you so much
took
for
all the smart ones.
taking the time to chat with us today, and congratulations on your film.
Good luck tomorrow.
Enjoy, if you're here for any more of the festival, enjoy the rest of the fest.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take care. Okay, and we are now, I think...
Did we give Vesta Giles?
I believe it's Giles.
Did we give you credit yet?
No.
No, but we're going to be talking to her at the end.
Okay.
We can credit her then. We can talk her up.
Young Rob.
Young Rob, all right.
Robert Randall.
That's me.
That is you. You are the founder of Yap TV, apparently. That's what my card says.
That's what I've heard.
Congratulations, Robert. What is Yap TV all about?
Well, YAP stands for Young Actors Project. That's how my channel started. I have a YouTube channel and has almost 2 million subscribers now and 500 million views. So
substantial.
Yeah. It's been a fun ride. It started out as acting workshops that I did with young people, and I used to work in the movie industry, so I'd make movies with them in addition to putting on a play. And then way back in the day, I just put those movies on YouTube, share them with the family and friends, and year after year kept doing that, and eventually things started to catch on, and one year one of them went viral. We had 10 million views in its first week. And
what went viral?
It's a movie called The Girl Without a Phone, A Cinderella Story, and it is now up to 120 million views on YouTube.
Oh my god!
And which I don't know for sure, but it might make it the most popular scripted short film on YouTube. I don't know that for sure. They won't tell me, but it's
darn those YouTube people.
I know. So anyhow, that movie changed my life, and it allowed me to become a full-time creator and just keep making shorts and web series. And so here I am at the Kamloops Film Festival, where they asked me to come talk about web series.
And so, have you always been in the film industry?
Yeah, I used to work as an assistant director. I was a first AD in the movie business on Hollywood shows.
You started as that?
I started as a production assistant. My first job was on Jumanji with Robin Williams as a production assistant. Yeah, picking up the garbage on set, and then Happy Gilmore. And so
see, that's how it happens. Though people think that you start with the camera, or
no, you start with the garbage in the parking lot and setting up the lunch tent. Yeah, and then I eventually moved up and became a first AD, and so I did that for about 8 years, learned how to make movies and kind of soaked in all the information you do when you're kind of in charge of scheduling and running the set and working with the actors and the director and the cinematographer and meeting with the props people and the costume people and all that. You kind of soak in a lot of information.
Must have been such an exciting thing as a young man, picking up garbage, seeing all these famous people.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
That was that like the moment where you're like,
it
this
wasn't that glamorous.
I mean, garbage isn't glamorous, but
locking up the parking lot in the downtown east side, has its downside.
But there was something about that environment that drew you in. No?
Well, I went to film school. I went to acting school. I wanted to be a writer and an actor, and then I wound up, working behind the scenes.
I see.
Which I think was great because it just allowed me to learn. And then when I started my YouTube channel, I kind of knew all the information that was floating around me, and it allowed me to work on a really small scale to make movies really low budget and still have them turn out pretty good.
Yeah, and so that's what I was going to ask as far as the draw towards sort of YouTube or the web over traditional film production. Is it that sort of lower budget that's the primary draw, or is it something else?
It was it's a necessity. I started it one year. My daughter asked me, "Dad, can you make a movie with me and my friends?" And then I did. And then I thought, working with these young kids was fun. They had fun. Their parents loved what I was doing with them. And it just was kind of accident that it all started to take off. It took off because I had a passion for it, and I kind of kept doing it, and eventually it took off, and soon it was more interesting and more fulfilling than working on someone else's shows. Behind the scenes, I was just doing my own thing. And when you're a young writer trying to sell your script or something like that, you feel like, I got to win the lottery to get my movie produced and get through the gatekeepers and all that. And there was a digital revolution not so long ago where it made it a lot easier just to go out there and just do it and say, forget all these gatekeepers, I'm just going to do it myself.
Yeah.
And
I wonder what we would do without YouTube and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Spend more time on Vimeo.
Yeah, I don't know. Is Vimeo still around?
I think it is. I don't know how many numbers it's getting, but I think it would probably be getting more without YouTube.
Yeah.
But the game would be so much different if this was 1992.
Yeah.
Well, there was not really an internet in 1992.
I know. I'm just saying, I
was in film school then. Yeah.
I was picking my nose at that time.
Have you yet sort of dabbled in helping get other people produced, or is this still mostly just working on your own project?
It's been mostly working on my own projects. I do, I'm here with Web Series Canada, the organization that kind of brought us here, Web Series Canada. One of the cool things about a Web Series Canada is they have a coaching program, and I'm part of that coaching program. And I guess if you're a Web Series Canada member, doing a plug here for Web Series Canada, is if you're a member, and it's like $100 a year to be a member, you can tap into this coaching program for free, and you can meet with people like me or other producers, directors, filmmakers, lawyers, whatever, and it's free if you're a member to get that kind of coaching mentorship through them. It's one of the cooler things that
if you're not a member, you have to pay with your arm and your leg.
Well, no, you can't do it. You can't tap into their coaching program if you're not a member. But
how do you become a member?
You go to webseriescanada.org, webseriescanada.org, and there you can become a member. And so it's just it's if you're a student membership, it's like $35 a year, or regular membership is $100 a year, and. So yeah, I know it's totally reasonable, and it gives you 2 free passes into the coaching program to meet one-on-one with mentors and coaches in the industry.
And do you think, like, for younger up-and-coming filmmakers or older up-and-coming filmmakers, that sort of looking at the web and YouTube as a platform, do you think that's a viable direction to go?
It is. YouTube can be really unpredictable, even for me. Sometimes I'll produce something and it'll take off. Sometimes I'll produce something and I think, this is going to be it, and doesn't do as well as I had hoped. So the key for me is just to kind of keep it low budget, low risk. So if I do produce something that doesn't hit, I'm not suffering for it.
You can still eat.
I can still eat, yeah. And but a lot of my stuff on my channel is quite evergreen. Some of the stuff I made way back even in 2012 still gets a lot of views. They're just little movies about high school and things like that. So go check it out. It's called Yap TV.
Yap TV.
Yeah, he needs more subscribers. So
yeah, I'm almost at 2 million. I just need like another 10,000.
Come on, guys, let's push him over 2 million.
Little guy.
Get me there.
For 90 cents a day, you can help.
You can help.
You can help a poor filmmaker.
Wouldn't she like to help the filmmaker?
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, for chatting with us today, and hope you enjoy the festival. I'm going to be at the weekend filmmaking thing, so I'll see you.
You guys are shoe twins, by the way.
That's
They're
true.
shoe twins. Look at that.
Pretty equivalently scuffed up too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Todd, but he's a little fancier.
How wide is that?
That's true.
You have to bring your shoes up.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye. What time is it?
6:25.
Oh.
This is Suzette.
Suzette Lacroix.
Wow, Suzette, you're so fancy.
I know, right?
Vancouver's Webfest.
Well, right? The party starts.
Yes.
Okay, wait. Oh,
Did you travel all the way from Vancouver?
where's Vancouver? No, I'm just
I don't know. I don't know where you
Did that
came
long a trip?
well, no, it's actually pretty quick. Am I allowed to speed? Shh, don't tell anybody.
Who is?
It's like, yeah, it was 3.5 hours. It was beautiful. Oh, the weather.
Hey, it's supposed to be 4 hours.
Oh, okay, so it was 4 hours.
It felt like 3.5 though. It was so great.
It felt like 3 hours and 20 minutes. Okay, don't tell my car that.
Roads are good, that's fine.
It was the Highlander. It drove its own. When you can put that button and it just drives.
Oh, amazing.
Right? And I don't have to even push the gas.
You can take a nap.
Shh, those are Teslas, aren't they?
Oh, oops.
Okay. Oops. The Highlander, you're not supposed to do that in?
Right.
Right.
Sorry.
Okay. Don't tell anybody. It's our little secret.
Yeah, for sure.
But what a beautiful drive. I mean, blue skies. It was amazing. So no, and I used to come to Kamloops all the time. I haven't been in a few years. A friend of mine lived here. Like, she moved away. So now I need another excuse. So this is my new excuse to come.
The festival.
Absolutely.
What's your friend's name?
Barbara.
Hi, Barbara. Oh, I know Barbara.
Yeah,
Barbara from Kamloops?
Absolutely.
Totally.
Now
Hi.
and now she's back in Vancouver. Hi, Barbara.
Oh, I don't
Barbara
know
from
her.
Kamloops, but now in Vancouver.
So now we'll go back to Vancouver. So yeah, no, it's amazing. So now I've got another reason to come.
What is that?
Festival.
The festival.
Did you miss
This
that?
festival. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
new, yeah.
And it's a great festival.
Kamloops.
Is this your
Festival.
first time?
This is my first time.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I am very honored to be here. This is like the absolute best festival. See?
I think so.
No, absolutely.
Festival?
Festival.
It's the festival of festival.
The festival. I didn't say festival, but I'm going to say festival. But no, I was actually talking to Alan Harmon the other day, and he's been to this festival, and he used to be the top of Directors Guild.
Oh, wow.
And he actually said this is one of his favorite festivals. So now...
It's a good one.
Right.
This is the top of my... No, swear to God. So yes, and I just talked to him yesterday. So and I told him I was coming out here, and literally said it was one of the best festivals.
Aw.
So, yep. So now it's going to be on my bucket list to keep coming back.
Must be the
Please
red
do.
carpet
Yeah,
itself.
please do.
Yeah, see? We're all on the red carpet.
We are.
You kind of match.
I'm a little bit off color,
Well, you're
but
allowed to be off color.
Isn't he soft?
He is soft.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to pet him?
absolutely, please do.
You don't have to ask me. You have to ask him.
Oh, well, no.
I can't
Fair
ask
enough.
him.
Ask anybody.
Well, he said please do. So.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's the Vancouver in me, right?
There you go.
Actually, it's the Alberta in me because we're friendly in Alberta. It's after I escaped 25 years ago. You know, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, I'm going to bite my tongue over Alberta comments.
It's like, shh, don't tell anybody. Okay, I'm not from Alberta. Shh, don't tell anybody. I escaped years ago, you know.
So you've got a history in sort of like web stuff, yes?
Yes. I used to have Vancouver Web Fest, and I'm still now on the board of directors for Web Series Canada. And I travel. I've gone to Germany, down to Florida, California, and I do a lot of speaking now, and I'm a judge for a lot of the different festivals around the world. So it's still in my heart. Like, I truly believe in what Web Series is all about, and the fact that the creators, and they're not just out of school creators. Like, these creators have been in the industry for years because they're following their dreams, and I think that is super important for people to continue to go out there and do what they want to do. And that's what Web Series is all about. And I think people get confused because they think it's students. And nothing against students, by the way, just so you know, nothing. But what it is it's people just going after what they want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and it's super important. And that's what we want to hopefully share with anybody who's attending tomorrow. So come on, you know, and just explain to them what they can do with it and where they can go with it, and to keep on keeping on. So that's, you know, what I've always believed in as well. So, and again, just what I've done and where I'm going with it, and that's what we want to continue to follow up with, you know. So, and hopefully helping everybody tomorrow and continuing on with it at other festivals or other talks that we do. Because actually with Creative BC, what we do twice a year as well is we have online, or actually in-person things going on in Vancouver, where we have talks twice a year that people can attend. And we talk about all different things with Web Series, part of Web Series Canada, so which is super important.
What made you want to get into this type of work?
Well, actually, 10 years ago, I went down to LA Web Fest with a Web Series, and I was, you know, just with everything that went on with LA Web Fest, there was nothing in Canada, and so I had started with the Web Series. I went down there, and it was sort of like, it was inspirational, and it was something that I thought we could share in Canada and help other creators follow their dreams. And so we continued on with it. And the amount of people that we had as speakers, panels, that sort of thing in Vancouver, people just and we had people from all the countries around the world. We had South Africa show up at our festival. Like, there was people from Europe, South America, South Africa.
Good job.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like,
thank you for what you do.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
No, and it's been amazing. And like I said, I want to continue that wherever we can bring in people. And again, even if we do it online, if we can continue to help people, they don't have to necessarily come to Vancouver, because now with all the online meetings that we can have, people can connect online. And I mean, with COVID, that became huge with everybody meeting online. So now they're continuing to meet online. So I think that's still something that we can gather and continue to do. So, you know, and that's what with Web Series Canada, we're continuing to do that. So yeah, so it's super cool. Like, we're super excited of what 2025 is going to bring.
I bet, yeah.
Because it's my age, 25.
Of course.
You know, no, but seriously, it's going to be a good year. So we're super excited. So, and then I'm really proud to be here today and share with the people that may not know too much about the Web Series. So we're hoping to help anybody that's curious, and then they can always, you know, get in touch with us after the festival as well.
Awesome.
This is off topic, but you look so much like Rachel Green from Friends.
Oh, well, we're related. No, I'm just joking.
Is she also from Alberta?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're sisters from same. No, just kidding. I think we'll start rumors. Let's start rumors.
Yeah, why not?
Let's start rumors. But thank you for that. I love you.
Let's make sure that Kamloops is not only but the best festival, but also the best place to start a rumor.
Let's do that. Let's.
Sure.
Okay, so who is she to me? That's, we're
Second cousin once removed or something.
Exactly. Sisters from another mother? Yeah, right? Same dad. Don't, Kate. Sorry I shared that, but don't tell anybody, you know. But yeah, no, thank you for that. I love you for that.
Well, have you heard that before?
No. But
really?
I've heard, I've heard somebody else, actually. I've heard another actress. I forget her name.
No, you look like her.
Oh, see, I could be her. Maybe I am her, and I go by Suzette.
Don't do that to me. I'll get too nervous.
And I just go by Suzette under hidden, just as a hidden thing, you know. My other name when I'm in BC.
Right.
But and that's our little.
You're like a ninja.
Of course, yeah.
You knew that when I was coming, right?
Yes.
See?
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you love our town.
I love it here. You know, I would come back any day. You know, and in fact, I might come back in a couple of days, just because this goes on for 10 days, doesn't it?
It is, absolutely.
Oh, see,
so many movies.
Stay around. It's going to be nice and warm.
Half hour. Oh, yeah. See, I'll just stay across the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when I go to Vancouver, I'll call you.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'll give you my card. Should I just like?
Oh, we're making friends.
Wait.
Oh, do you want to do something fun?
Yeah.
Oh, put the QR code up there.
Yeah, the QR code, right? See. Oh,
you can hold your phone up to your screen. Look at that interactive live streaming.
Everybody, see? And then the back. Laughter is priceless. I can't even read this.
Imagination has no
lighting.
age.
No, I can read it, but it's the lighting. Imagination has no age. Dreams are forever.
Wow.
They are forever.
I know, right?
And you're helping people's dreams come true. So we appreciate you.
Yes.
Really, truly.
Always,
we do.
right? So keep dreaming.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Thank you
Don't
so much.
give up.
No, do not. Never.
Don't, ever.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, I think she's trying to get rid of me. That girl over there.
We just throw tomatoes at the person.
Yeah. Let's get the tomatoes.
And the cane.
Okay. I love you guys. So we'll see you inside for the party.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Nice meeting you guys.
There's a party?
I think so. I don't know.
We'll have
Over
our
the street.
We'll have our own. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. See you
Nice
guys.
to meet you.
Okay, you too. Okay.
Bye.
And now we have Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Sam, I think you used to be my number 2 person to talk to.
Yes, I heard that.
That's
Number
okay.
2.
That's okay.
Oh.
Nobody wants to be number 2.
I'm just going to see
That's okay.
if
Welcome.
everything's
How
in
you
the
doing?
shot.
Excellent.
Yeah.
How are we doing, Kelsey?
Everything's good. Great. Yeah.
Just get a little closer
Yeah, I
to
won't
the
grab-
thing here so that people can walk behind us. You are the... Nope, that's not you.
Programming manager.
Programming manager, exactly. So does that mean that you help to sort of program the films at the festival?
Yeah, so it's a combination of me and Colette, but I was the one who got the original list of. So we started with 150 films and worked our way down from that.
150.
Yeah,
roughly.
Was that a hard process to go through?
Okay, so this type of job is good if you watch a ton of movies and you're always like keeping track of what's coming out, but it's a lot of work. And then I can't watch 150 movies, so it's research, seeing what wins awards, seeing what our local community wants to see. Yeah, and then by the end we added movies that weren't even on the original list. So
Wow.
Stuff like Incandescence, which plays tomorrow. That's obviously it's partly locally made. I think you talked with the directors before.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so that's partly locally made. That popped up late in the process because the National Film Board reached out to us and they said, "This has local relevance. You have a film festival," and we said, "We got to screen that." You know, so things pop up.
Was there how challenging is it really to sort of figure out what you want to screen and like what is the process for whittling it down? Is it partly just picking, or is it like sometimes what's available?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's different for each movie, I would say. So when I lay out the festival, I want movies for everyone. That's impossible, unfortunately.
Right.
So I want different genres. I want different languages. I want produced in different countries. I want representatives of all genders from directing. I want every single person in town to be able to come see something they want to see, and then my goal is I get them in for one movie and then I sell them on the rest because I think our program is really, really good. I think we have a good festival.
I think it's great.
I've worked here for on and off for like 7 years at the Paramount Theater. I've been the programming manager for 6 months, so it's a lot at once, but I know what our past festivals look like, and I'm really proud. I think we met the challenge this year with our program. Yeah.
What was the biggest challenge then, as far as planning the film?
Just the movies.
Yeah.
guessing what will be awarded, I would say. Because very early on, I was like, we need to play Nora. That's a big one.
Yeah.
I watched it. I loved it. And I made a big bet. I put it on our prime Saturday night, first Saturday night of the festival. And I said, this is going to be an award-winning film. And I did not expect it to win Best Picture, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it did. So
A good call on that one.
yeah, same with The Brutalist as well. Yep. And then the one challenge for me was looking into smaller films as well. Because obviously you hear a lot about the big movies, about movies that are up for Oscars or whatever. But I was also looking for something like Universal Language on Sunday. That was Canada's submission for the Oscars.
Oh, really?
We love having a lot of Canadian content at the festival.
Totally, I get that.
We want, especially because that's the people we want to bring out, is Canadian directors, Canadian actors, and we have a bunch of them this year. So that was the challenge, I think, looking into the smaller movies.
My next question was going to be sort of what was your favorite get for the festival, but it sounds like it might be something like Anora or the...
In a way, because it's really cool that we can be the Kamloops premiere of those movies. Our bigger theater did not get Brutalist or Anora, and we can premiere huge movies here, which is amazing. But I think Universal Language is my favorite movie of the festival. I haven't even seen it yet, but I'm so excited. And I've seen the director's first film. I was stunned by it, and I think it's going to be amazing.
What's his first film?
It's called The 20th Century. It's like a dreamy, comedic retelling of the life of William Lyon Mackenzie King. So like one of the first prime ministers of Canada. It's actually impossible to explain, so you should watch it. It's great.
Sounds interesting.
Are you at all into making your own movie one day?
I have been interested in that before. I actually really like video editing, and I have edited other people's short films, but I don't think I'm a filmmaker.
Right.
Not long term.
But you do like to be involved in film making itself.
Yeah, I've done a few production assistant jobs on sets as well, and I love that. I love the community on Vesta's films.
He was mine.
Good.
She raised me up.
I get in here. What did you say?
I Sam first. I had him first. He was mine.
For what? What did you do?
He held. Yeah, he did the Dirt Chicks. He did When I'm Dead, and he also did my music video. In fact, he stood with a bounce card for like all day in the amphitheater.
I got really strong in one day.
Yeah, we were in awe. So like I had him first. So
that's all that matters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vesta's
there we go.
important.
Vesta. There.
She made me. Some people would say. Yeah, I love films.
How did you know that editing was like your jam?
I did a summer job for Joy Factory Films doing like commercial editing, and I realized it was fun. And some of the I would tell other people I thought it was fun. And they were like, "That's the worst part of my job," and I'm like, "Oh well, maybe I should do it because like I actually enjoy it."
I quite enjoy editing as well.
Yeah, it's the most fun part of the process for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're continuing to like plan for like the regular showings at the theater here?
Yeah. So simultaneously, while I've been planning the festival, you have to plan next month's films, April's films, May's films. The end of March, I'm constantly researching other stuff and also blatantly copying what other theaters are doing. But I think you should do that.
Well, if they're doing good work, why not?
Especially when you see like the big success stories. And sometimes you have to take a big risk here by playing certain films. The best thing about the festival is you can take those risks because there's a baseline. Like people will just kind of come to anything during the festival, so you can take a risk.
Right.
You can play a Norwegian film that no one's ever heard of. And then I got lucky. We booked Vermiglio, and Vermiglio kind of blew up overnight. I won a bunch of awards at Venice Film Festival. Yeah, so constantly researching movies.
Any films outside of the film festival coming up that are cool that you can announce that haven't been officially announced yet? Give us a little tease.
What have I booked? Wait, let me come back to that one.
Okay.
I'm going to think about it.
Okay. Then, do you have a question, Kelsey?
Where'd you get your cool keychain from?
This is for my girlfriend.
Okay, she's cool.
We have a bunch of stars.
Does
your green when I broke it?
Oh, does your girlfriend, is she into filmmaking as well?
No, but she loves movies. So
there you go. Well, good.
Yeah, we're movie addicts.
How did you guys land on closing the festival with Nosferatu with Radiohead, which is a bonkers choice, but I love it.
Yeah, I wanted to screen that really bad when it was making its round in other festivals. And Drunkner Gaybird, we would do so much work with them. They had mentioned wanting to do it, and I was like, what if we close with it? That would be hilarious. So we will. And also, it's nostalgia to some people's minds, I hope, because
Right, yeah.
most people I know saw the Robert Eggers film. It came out on Christmas Day, which is hilarious. I think it's a great choice.
I know, what a weird choice.
I saw it on Christmas Day. It was very funny. Spending all day with family and then being like, I'm going to go watch this creepy movie at the theater. It was awesome.
Yeah, nice. Great way to spend Christmas.
Yeah, so I think it works as an ending to the festival. I think
so too. What a fun, you know.
And All We Imagine Is Light, which is the other closing film. Okay. They're on at the same time, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another big festival hit at other festivals.
Right. So each year that you've worked here, 7 years, you said? Do you keep taking on more responsibility?
Yeah, absolutely. So I was part-time here, just like selling popcorn, selling tickets while I was going through university. And after I graduated, they offered me a bigger role here. And in the past 6 months, I became programming manager. I've been doing the projection stuff for years, though. So yeah, which is... I think I realized how tough that stuff is only when I'm teaching it to other people. Because at this point, I'm like, I understand how a projector works.
But it's so different because my grandpa, Colette, interviewed my grandpa.
No way.
Yeah. So
like a film reel projector.
Yeah. Like with the old school.
He probably had a union. They used to be...
Probably, almost certainly.
They were like a trade.
But you think it's hard now?
Nothing compared to that.
No.
I mean... You have to understand computers a little bit to understand how to work a projector these days, but it's big film reels. I've seen them in person. I worked a research job with one of my professors one summer, and I barely got an old school projector to work for like one movie. So I don't know how they did it every day.
I don't know either. Hi, Lou Tessier.
Oh, Lou? I've met Lou.
You met Lou?
Yes, we had an interview together. Yeah, he's amazing.
I know he is. Yeah. I'm related to him.
Yeah, he's awesome. He told me he showed me a picture of Projector 2 and above Theater 2 of him setting up a projector.
In this theater or the Odeon?
No, it was this theater.
Oh.
And I stood where he stood, and I was like, it was very jarring. It's like 80 years ago or something.
Wow.
And the window's so little.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing some movies I shouldn't have been seeing when I was like in grade
they
2.
They played some freaky stuff here.
Yeah.
We have a long-running history.
Well, that's very cool.
All right, well, thank you so much for taking the time to yak with us here on the red carpet today.
Anytime. Thank you.
And congratulations on the festival. Hope you can kind of sit back and enjoy the films at this point.
No, but I hope everyone else does.
Okay, well then...
but you're smiling. It looks like you're in your element. You enjoy what you're doing.
I love when other people come out and see movies here. I think it makes me really proud.
Good.
I'm proud of everything we do here.
And we are proud of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
See you later.
Okay, take care.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Everyone's cold. Let's get...
I know.
Yes, I know.
I'm
okay.
sorry.
I think we're sneaking in Vesta. I'm it. You're it. You're the end.
Finally, we keep trying to get her in,
and now she's
running away.
Do our "we're not worthy" moment because all of that schmozzle of people happened only because Vesta was kind enough to wrangle everybody, find them, get our form signed for us, all the things that we couldn't have done this without your help.
We love her.
You're welcome. I'm freezing.
I know. Do you want to? Yeah.
No, it was a stupid move on my part to think the sun would shine for the rest of the day.
One can only hope, but
right?
unfortunately, it's not the right time of year for
no
that.
heart attack.
Right? No.
Okay.
No, the heart attack is good. Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So what do you got? You've got stuff involved going on in this festival. Tell us about it.
Not a film, but I'm working part time with the Thompson Nicoll Film Commission with Terry, who you've heard earlier.
Yep.
And we are hosting aside with the film festival a 2-day industry event called Learn About Film. And so that's my big thing. I've been working on it for 6 months, and I'm so proud of it. I'm so excited about it because it's really going to be a chance for local filmmakers to elevate their game. And that's what I really wanted. I've been given so many amazing opportunities to learn at places like Totally Indie Day at VIFF and Banff at the Banff World Media Festival and other places that I've been given these opportunities to learn and to hear people talk and to hear, to go to pitch sessions and things like that. So I wanted to bring something like that here, and that's what we're doing. This is definitely one of the biggest film events for industry people that we've ever had in Kamloops.
That's very exciting, and I'm very excited to go. I'm hitting both days. So.
It's good. I can't wait. We've got about 45 people registered for both days, and I mean, you've seen already a lot of the people that are going to be here, plus representatives from the National Film Board and from the Knowledge Network, and we're going to see a premiere of a series episode on Saturday morning that is actually going to premiere on Knowledge Network at the end of April. So we're going to be the first audience to see it. And it's by Kevin Eastwood, and it's on Wildfire, and just really, really exciting for us to be able to see that, and for him to then talk about how did this happen? How does a series on the Knowledge Network happen? And how do you put it together? Because he's done some really big shows for them, and this was a really big show. So really excited about that, and I can't wait to just show everybody what I've seen at other places.
Fantastic.
I'm just...
You're just apparently in awe right now.
I am. Because Vesta's also a children's book author.
Yeah. I did, yeah.
She has so much up her sleeve. Up these sleeves!
Except for warm clothing.
Yeah. We don't want to cut you off, but maybe we should let you go inside and get warm, and we can end our stream and get prepared for when does the movie start? 7?
I think it starts I think the intro and everything starts at 7.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's going to be such a great film festival, and I'm so excited about learning about film and all the things that the Film Commission is doing. We've got the networking events once a month. This month we're bringing in women in the director's chair.
Nice.
Which we just don't see those things in Kamloops. And Terry said, yes, let's make this a bit. Let's really show local filmmakers what's available to them around the world.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, you don't see it unless somebody makes the effort to show it.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know how important it is until it's...
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know until you see it and you go, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much for all that you do.
For all the help. Thank you so much for chatting with us here.
Anytime.
Enjoy the rest of the festival and
go warm up.
And thank you for all the work that you guys have done because this has been a fun night. I even got to photobomb Sam, which I never get to do. That is awesome.
Glad we could provide that opportunity.
You can do a dance move right now if you'd like.
That's a little bit out of my comfort zone.
Okay, just say
But the shivering is pretty much a dance.
The shivering, there you go.
Move.
You're already dancing for us and you don't even mean to.
Thank you very much.
All right,
thank you so much, Bess. I'll see you later.
Well, that wraps up our red carpet coverage of the Kamloops Film Festival. What a fun thing to say.
It was fun.
Yeah, what a fun thing to do.
We're fancy.
We're fancy.
We've been talking about this for
We've been planning this for 6 months or more as far as when the first inkling of an idea of doing a live stream on the red carpet happened. And then we got approval all the way. TELUS approved the live stream. Colette approved doing it. And here we are. It's finally happened. And now it's all over.
But first, I want to say thank you to my friend Todd.
Oh.
Because I didn't do anything tonight. Todd really helped organize tonight's
She showed
stream.
up. She showed up.
Yeah.
And looked lovely and asked good questions. And yeah, I couldn't have done it without you.
But thank you. This is a great...
Yeah. All right. Well, until next time, Kamloops, au revoir.
Au revoirs. Oh, Tracy...
Oh, Kelsey wants to introduce you to the live stream.
I want to introduce my girlfriend, Tracy Monsey, and I said this earlier, but she's a photographer. She does weddings.
He's supposed to take a photo of him by himself.
Oh, okay, I can do that.
Well, you have to wait, because we're stealing her first.
Yeah, but would you like to explain what you do here in town?
I take photos.
She takes photos professionally.
Yes. Is that what people mean when they say photographer?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
You have one of these.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You push this button.
Yeah.
And then
magic happens.
What kind of photography though? Models, weddings. What else?
Events. Yes, fitness.
Family. Fitness is a new one for you.
Not new, but definitely something I'm specializing in and focusing a lot of time and energy on. Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I just want to show off my friend because she's so talented and beautiful, and she makes you really comfortable in front of the camera if you ever decide to hire a photographer for anything.
And Kelsey wants you to believe she has friends, so...
I paid her $20 to be here.
There were no bribes involved in this.
None. Thank
Awesome.
you. You're going to have to
Thank
sign
you.
some paperwork now.
I think so, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for photographing. Photographing?
Photography gigging.
And goodbye.
Do a little dance.